Hello, welcome to game 4 of my match against Neqativ. I have drawn just absolutely awfully my last two games, so hopefully not do that this game. Okay, what are we doing here? Everything is terrible. It looks like there's no village except for Madman and Ghost, and it's really hard to collide those things. I can kind of believe in treasure map gear stuff. You use gear and star chart to quickly collide treasure maps and then just start greening. I think I like gear Hermit open. Madman is maybe a little bit better way to collide star charts. And I certainly want to have a Goatherd in the deck just to thin. Gear can also set up Gear can also set up big cemetery trashes potentially, but I think I like gear Hermit. I don't like the star chart right away, but oh my god. Well, at least I can star chart on the Hermit turn. But I didn't find any estates to trash. I think I'm gonna gain myself the Goatherd here and buy the star chart. Hopefully, don't bottom deck the gear. Really hope I don't bottom deck the gear. Because if I play the gear, I hit 3 money. I can buy myself a second gear maybe, or a silver. Or even a second Goatherd if I want to go super thin. I guess if all I'm doing is hitting 4 to get to treasure map, a second Goatherd should be fine. But oof, this is a tough one. If your gear misses the shuffle, which I don't know, if my gear doesn't bottom deck, I can remove 2 estates out of the shuffle, which is nice. But certainly I'd much rather see my gear turn 3 and guarantee a Hermit trash turn 4. Because they'll be able to Hermit trash next turn and buy star chart themselves and get the Madman. I don't know what they're thinking about. I really don't know what they're thinking about. Okay. So we hit 3 here. I can believe in the second Goatherd actually. I know they're gonna play their Goatherd next turn. And I want to get just all the way thin. I'm going to top deck my Madman. One assumes they top deck their Madman, so they're going to trash stuff next turn. I can also get the silver. I think I'm going to Goatherd and star chart, top deck the Madman. Feel pretty good about that. Oh, I don't have a Hermit anymore. Oops. Neither do they. Neither of us have Hermits. That feels like a mistake. I'll need to buy the Hermit back then. I should have gotten Hermit over second Goatherd. Oops. Definitely Hermit over second Goatherd there is right. Because I can trash and gain a card. But I'm still surviving. Oh, they went for a big cemetery thing. Okay. Interesting. I can take a ghost now if I want it. Do I want it? Ooh, interesting. Okay, so I Goatherd trashes a haunted mirror. What did they trash? Goatherd trashes a haunted mirror. Gain the ghost. Goatherd trashes a state. Or Goatherd trashes the haunted mirror. Gain a ghost. And then we even redraw it. That's cool. Oh, I can play whatever I get here. It's really cool. I had not realized that interaction. Okay, so Goatherd trashes estate. And now we can double play something. What do we want to double play? I like double playing a gear. I also like double playing a Hermit, gaining like silver gear. And then like passing turn most of the time. We can double play the Hermit. We can definitely top deck an estate. We can also top deck. I guess we can just top deck an estate, huh? Let's just top deck a Goatherd. So if we double play a gear, we'll basically draw our deck. And then play our other gear and buy a treasure map. This is tricky. So they bought a cemetery. I could also double play a flag bearer. Double playing Hermit lets me gain gear, silver. I kind of want to play with 2 gears. Okay, I'm in on this. I'm gonna top deck in a state just so I can guarantee get a trash off. And then probably we gain Hermit gear. And then we gain Hermit gear. And then play the gear. When are we getting treasure maps if we have another Hermit? Well, okay, so we have a Madman in the deck then. But I don't know if we didn't need the second Hermit. Maybe it's just gear silver. Slightly unlucky not to draw either Goatherd. If we draw either Goatherd, we like draw the deck here. Maybe I should have top decked a Goatherd, but I wanted to guarantee a trash. Okay, so we're going gear silver. We're going gear silver. And then probably buying our first treasure map here. Gear and a silver. Set that aside, and we buy the first treasure map now. Star chart. We'll go ahead and grab ourselves the gear. Well, yeah, that seems fine. So we're happy to have Ghost hit Hermit. We obviously don't want it to hit treasure map unless we can top deck it. Yeah, so if we top deck treasure map with Star chart, then ghosting the treasure map we can trash the other treasure map that we top decked with Star chart, huh? That's fun. And then our deck's basically got 4 golds, 2 gears. We just do gear money, and plowed on the provinces. I don't think there's enough VP in the Vineyard pile to make that work. They take the flag. Kind of willing to let them take the flag, given that I think I'm going to be a couple of turns ahead. We'll see what the gear draws. We'll see what the Goatherds draw, but I do get to buy a card. Oh yeah, I'm buying treasure map this turn always, I guess. Gear. Okay, well we set aside the treasure map. We do have our ghosts. We did sadly draw the Hermit dead, but we're just gonna go ahead and get the treasure map here and top deck it. And then Ghost will probably hit either a gear or a Goatherd, either of which is fine. Well, it'll be awkward to hit the Goatherd with 4 golds in hand, but I'll just buy a province and then start top decking gears every shuffle. And maybe they trash a card next turn. We're close to hitting, yeah, I guess if we'd drawn a little bit better last turn, or this turn, close to hitting 4 to buy a flag bearer. I think I might buy a 3rd gear. Does that make sense? I think that makes sense to me. I'd like to buy the flag bearer, but I don't have enough money. Yeah, I wonder if there's a world where I don't play this last Goatherd. I don't think there is. Oh, they only trashed 1. They didn't trash with their Goatherd last turn, I see. And the ghost does get to pick what it hits, which is kind of nice. Oh, the ghost actually gets rid of the golds on top of the deck. That's fun. Okay, so I decided the 3rd gear seemed reasonable in this kind of game. Triumph is not unreasonable either. Gain an estate if you did +1 per card you gain this turn. So the Triumph gives me 5 VP? That doesn't seem... That seems worth it. Knowing that I'm probably not going to province next turn. Okay, we do hit a Goatherd, but there's crap on top of our deck. Coppers that we can trash. Hopefully our opponent is nice enough to trash a card this turn. So they have a flag bearer. I have 2 more golds than they have. Their ghost is out of play this turn. I'm pretty happy to just trash like 2-3 copper trashes this turn. If they don't trash anything. Three gears and 4 golds in a thin deck should be enough to reliably province deep into the province pile. You get slightly worried when with Vineyards if they just have their deck is all Goatherds and gears, I guess, but they don't really ever afford to buy anything then. When did they buy an estate? Oh, they bought a cemetery? Why did they buy an estate? They triumphed last turn. Okay. Yeah, they just somehow got to trash 3 cards in the turn they knew I didn't have any Goatherds, which I guess makes sense. Yeah, so if they didn't trash this turn, I'm trashing coppers, trashing 3 coppers. I guess I can play the gear and top deck a gear because I have a village effect off of the extra Goatherd. So I can play the first Goatherd twice, then play the gear to trigger a shuffle, top decking a gear, set nothing aside, play the gear, and see where we go from there. They're having a long think about this. Okay, so they are trashing, which is great. They got a Nomads, interesting. I'm going to consider getting myself a Dismantle here, actually. No, there's just no terminal space. I don't believe in it. Okay, we decided we were going to top deck a gear here. Alright, so we'll trash this copper now to draw. Okay, so we can set aside a copper. We can actually play the Hermit, which is cool. If we want, what is the thing we would gain? I don't really know. And set aside gold, copper, buy the Dismantle, buy a flag bearer. Just set aside copper Hermit, buy a province. We've got copper Hermit, gold, gear down there. I find it tough to believe they can continue doing this Dismantle thing productively. That was a ghost turn. Hermit can also gain me estates. Maybe that's... Okay, let me... I'm going to undo back to the Hermit set aside and just go ahead and gain a weird estate here. I could also triumph, but I'm pretty happy to just do this weird thing that I'm doing. Okay, so it's 5 money. I think I'm always going to top deck Goatherds when I have junk cards. so top deck a gold. Take provinces when I can. If they're trashing stuff to do triumph stuff, then they're going to need to expend resources to do that. All right, I think I'm getting rid of estates at this point of the game still. Okay, great. Okay, gold, copper lets me hit province and ghost something, hopefully ghost a gear. We ghost a hermit. Awkward. Not that awkward. So I set aside 8. So what I can do is I can gain 2 estates with the hermit and trash them both. Is that how the order goes? I can do something like that. Did they trash? They did. Okay. So what I'm thinking about doing here is gaining an estate, and triumphing. And that really hampers their ability to triumph. They can only do a single triumph because it says if you did. Okay, don't trash, gain estate, do trash, gain estate. We'll go ahead and trash this estate to trigger the shuffle. We'll top deck a gear. We can also top deck a Goatherd. How many did they trash last turn? Just 1. We'll top deck a gear. We'll set aside gold, silver, and we'll triumph. And now we can top deck a ghost, hermit, gear. So we just top deck gear. And now we have an extra province. We're equal on VP. All they can do is triumph this turn. And then if they triumph this turn, that's all the triumphing they can do. And then our deck is much better suited to get 3 of the last 3 provinces over 3 turns. Because this is their big turn. I don't see how they have a turn this big again. They're gaining 2 cards, 3 cards, the triumph. They're only getting 4 VP off of triumph, I guess. Yeah. So I think it's unlikely that they can just province twice. Maybe I am wrong there. And maybe I don't get rid of the estates. I think I get 3 of the last 4 provinces to win, which puts me at 40. They would have to get province and 3 duchies to get to 40. I don't think they can do that. I think they miss province 1 of the next 2 turns. But I don't think I want to trash, actually, is the weird thing. Set aside 2 golds? No, we set aside gold, silver. We still hit province. I don't want to trash because I don't want to make their Goatherd draw a card. And here, Hermit probably gains something, but I'm not quite sure what. Did they trash? They did not. Okay, the Ghost is the literal bottom card of the deck. So I think about silver here. Is better than nothing. I think gear is probably better than nothing still. 4 gears seems fine. I can see my deck. The bottom card is my Ghost. And with the Ghost, I think still we just take a gear. We rely on our deck to hit province before they do. I don't think they can hit province twice in a row. Maybe I'm wrong about that, but this was very unlucky to bottom deck the Ghost, I guess. If we don't bottom deck the Ghost and we bottom deck a treasure, then we just win this turn. If we bottom deck another action like a Hermit or something, we at least see something nice. Oh, we didn't see a... Boy. Oh, they're slamming duchies. Wow. That means they can't province this turn, right? I did not think they could get 2 duchies in a turn, but okay, they're cemeterying. Wow. Okay, they still have some golds. How many golds do they have? They have 3. I have 4. They have 3 golds. All right, so we set those aside. We end buys. Ghost hits a gear, which is great. We can set aside 8 money and guarantee province next turn. I think we have to take the penultimate province, sadly. But they've only got 3 golds, 1 Nomads, Dismantle. We'll see what they buy this turn. I mean, we can buy a duchy this turn, I guess. We can set up for 2 turns with this gear. Okay, they bought a Dismantle. They ghosted Dismantle again and set it aside. Okay. All right, so we're going to set aside both Goatherds, I guess. Did they trash last turn? They didn't. And so the question is, do I take a duchy now? Do I take a duchy now? Bottom card's a gold. I think I take a province and hope. We'll top deck a gold. Ooh. Okay, I think I got pretty unlucky there at the end. The absolute bottom card of my deck was the Ghost, and they top decked their Ghost, so I don't really think that was anything I did wrong. But we lost another one. We move on to game 5.